Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready for Killing Time, episode 96. Hi, everybody. I'm Iyaz.
I'm JB.
And together, we look for entertainment that doesn't suck. And boy, there's a lot of shit out there. And,
big time.
Oh, yeah. And so this show has gone to an explicit tag because I swear a lot.
Yes, we can't control it with some of the crap that is out there nowadays.
Yeah, so fuck yeah. So what was I going to say? So if you guys aren't aware, for this show, the other week I was like editing this program on iMovie because I actually put in a trailer to Kindergarten Cop 2 because, come on, they had to see it, right? If you're going to watch our show, you got to like actually watch the trailer. And I was like, wait a second, I want to host this somewhere. And it costs money. And I'm like, hey, wait a second. I live in a tiny shoebox. I don't have money. So What I did was I launched a Patreon at patreon.com/Iyaz, which I didn't really give a lot of thought to because I'm like, oh yeah, Iyaz makes podcasts. But I'm like, wait a second. I'm not paying Rob, which is a shitty thing to do. So all I've asked for was about $20 to host the show. So essentially, we wouldn't get paid for that anyway, so why not do that? And thankfully, you guys watching or listening actually gave more than $20. So I had to figure out what to do. So I have to host the show. I mean, at a place, not talk to you, Rob, because you know how hard that. That's not that kind of hosting fee. It's hosting a video somewhere, because I can't pay the bandwidth costs for a not successful show, let alone if the show does well. There is going to be a monthly Ask Iyaz Anything now, which is fun.
Awesome.
So people can ask me stuff. I'm going to probably do that mid-month. I'm going to make sure people know when it's happening, maybe a week in advance, so they're not like, oh, I missed it. And it'll be available. And then there's going to be a credit at the end of the show. Of this episode, there's actually going to be credits to the people who paid for credits. So we're going to have credits again.
Wow.
And so I don't know what the next goal is. Right now, the next goal is $50, and it's for access to Creative Cloud. Again, we're not paying ourselves. And I'm going to keep making sure that Rob never gets paid for this.
That's fine.
So the idea would be like, I'm not trying to make money on this because I just wanted this show to exist and let it pay for itself because that'd be fine. And if one day I can say we get $1,000 an episode, we're just going to start shooting this show in Florida. Like I'm just going to visit, and like that'll be the next crazy stretch goal, which whatever we'll get there when we get there. Anyway. So patreon.com/Iyaz. If you're watching this show and you don't like it, give us money. If you do like the show, give us more money.
Excellent.
That's, yeah. You know, a lot of people say word of mouth is just good enough. I'm like, wait a minute. Actually, that helps too. But
yeah.
If you hate the show and you don't want anybody to watch it, give us more money so we can stop talking. That should be the real goal, like $10,000 a month. I will stop.
We will stop the show. We won't do anything if you pay us that.
I will stop talking in a microphone forever. Anyway, so this show, Rob has said nothing, so we should ask him some questions because he's been delightfully looking up the whole time because it's a 2-up box. In the future, maybe I can do a real Wirecast setup again. There's news. I want to see your reaction to this.
Okay.
There's news from the Hollywood Reporter saying that the DC Comics universe, the movie universe, has its Commissioner Gordon, and it's J.K. Simmons. The guy,
I like it.
Okay, so to me, J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies because he's got that voice, he's got that attitude, he's hilarious. I think he was in Easy A, is that right?
I believe so, but you got to think of something else. Have you ever seen the movie where he was the music teacher? God, what was the name of it? Whiplash, something like that?
I have not seen that. I don't.
He's awesome. He won a bunch of awards for it, but it made me realize he can play a badass and pretty much play any role you put in front of him.
Oh, it's not that I doubt his acting ability. It's more that I'm angry that he will not be J. Jonah Jameson in the next Spider-Man movie because he was so good that I'm like, nobody should be this man. I don't. This was the guy.
Would it be a stretch to say he was the best part of those movies?
If you are looking at all three movies and you're looking for a good element that was consistently good in all three, he actually is one of the rarities of that because Aunt May is, she's like She's okay and feeble. Then she gets downright annoying by 3, and you're like, "Will you just die already? Just tell her I'm Spider-Man." And then she's like, "Oh," and then
Yeah.
but nobody wants that for J. Jonah because he's like super cool the whole time. So we're gonna lose J.K. Simmons from the Marvel universe. He's been traded to the DC universe, and I guess that's okay. And I'm sure he's gonna kill it. He's gonna do a good job there. And the first movie for Justice League is coming out in 2017, Part 1, and Part 2 set for 2019.
Wow.
Why does it? If they're shooting them at the same time, what? Why does this?
I don't know. Search for more money. But if you look the other way, Ryan Reynolds came from DC to Marvel, or actually went Marvel, then DC, then back to Marvel, right? With Green Lantern.
Wait, where did he start off?
Was Wolverine Origins before or after Green Lantern?
I believe that was before. So you went Marvel, then DC, right? Then back to Marvel.
Then back to Marvel.
Then you also had we had a Marvel DC trade with Daredevil to Batman.
Yes.
We had that. Now we have another Marvel trade. It's J.K. Simmons over to DC. They gotta cough somebody over, like Brandon Ruth, but he's busy in the DC television universe.
Right.
Who else is left?
I don't know.
The ghost of Christopher Reeve. Ooh. That wasn't nice.
No.
No.
Still the best Superman out there.
That's true. Richard Pryor? No, he's dead too. Gene Hackman? He stopped acting, right?
Yeah, I think we can get Gene.
Let's get Gene Hackman in the Marvel universe. He could be one of those like badass hologram guys that Shield's always talking to. Like, hey, he's like Nick Fury's boss. Okay, I think I'd get behind that.
Okay, sounds good.
We haven't had a lot of trades for going the Marvel way because Marvel's like, hey, by the way, that guy, he's pretty good as Human Torch. Yoink. Captain America. That was more Marvel saying to other Marvel, screw you.
Upgrade.
Box. Yeah, so we got that. So I think he's going to be great. J.K. Simmons is going to be Gordon forever because these movies will last forever. Which also means that the guy who plays James Gordon now on Gotham is out. It's finished.
Well, but he's playing a much younger James Gordon.
That's the trade. He'll be a Marvel guy.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying is going to happen. And that is horrible. I can't believe this is happening. Speaking of things I can't believe this is happening, Ducktales is coming back.
Ducktales. Ooh.
See, whether you're thinking it, whether you say it out loud or not, you think it, right? You hear
it's
Ducktales.
What popped into my head the minute you said that.
Do. And then, like, you just hear it in your head. Not Dolphin Tales, not Ponytails, but Ducktales.
Yes.
It's coming back to TV in 2017. So 2017 is going to have Justice League, and it's going to have Ducktales. But this is Disney XD, for the 30th anniversary of Ducktales, is bringing back the show. There's like one picture online of what they look like. It looks a little bit more edgy in styling, and not like extreme or crazy. Just a little bit rougher. It's not as cutesy.
Is it going to be aimed towards an older audience?
No. It's still
going to be.
It's a Disney XD thing. So,
well, but still, Disney XD. I mean, you got the Star Wars Rebels, which is geared towards. I mean, we're not talking 5-6-year-olds. We're talking 12, 13, 14-year-old.
Yes, I think it's going to skew a little older, but I think that's also how the original DuckTales skewed. It wasn't like those stories were a bit complex for children, I think.
True. And being on the XD station, that means it's for a little bit older person.
Which is good. That means I have a reason to watch it.
Yes.
They better not change that theme.
No, they got to have the theme, or at least a close variation of the theme.
The theme sounds like this. We'll put it in now in editing. You got that, future Iyaz? Let's listen
Sounds
to it.
Good.
Gotta stop it right there because we have to pay for it otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you hear only silence during that time...
Just like for Full House, they updated the theme for Fuller House.
Okay, so Fuller House, Season 1 on Netflix right now. February 26th was the day. 13 episodes hit Netflix. It was the sequel to the show that nobody wanted a sequel to.
Right. And I only watched one episode, so I don't have as much to go on as you, but they could have left that one alone. I would have been fine with that.
Okay, so you saw the first episode. Tell me your idea of what the show was like for you and your experience watching it.
My experience watching it was, I saw what they were trying to do to get the nostalgic part of you to really jump on board with this whole idea of moving back into the house you grew up in and with your kids, and then somehow everybody else ends up there too. But I was confused as to why this was made.
Okay. I agree in your confusion as to why it was made. I think episode 1 might be the weakest one of them all.
Okay, so I need to keep going.
You don't need to do anything. Okay, nobody's telling you need to do anything. If you want to give the show a shot, I'd probably get to episode 3.
Okay.
Not like it turns a corner or anything, but the characters get a little bit more developed, and they fully embrace what this show is. Now, Full House, the original series, which was canceled 21 years ago, okay? Which, was on the minds of everybody right now. It's canceled 21 years ago. Schmaltzy, super schmaltzy. 22 minutes, everything was always wrapped up. Hug at the end. Audience says, "Oh."
Yeah. Film before live studio audience. Right?
Every kid had a catchphrase. You got it, dude. How rude. Oh, my Lanta. Cut it out. All of this. By the way, this is episode 1 of Fuller House. Spoiler. Everything we're doing. All of that stuff is repeated in Fuller House. And the thing is, Full House was, like I said, a really schmaltzy version of Family Ties. No real issues, though, on this show.
Yeah, Family Ties, what made Family Ties set it apart was there was some serious issues on that show.
Yes, especially...
drinking and, depression and things like that.
And beating up Alex B. Keaton if you're Tom Hanks with alcoholism. And embezzling.
Correct.
Same guy.
Correct.
Terrific thing. Family Ties, good show. I think I ran on a network that I used to work for. Still work for. Wait a second. Anyway, I didn't quit. I'm just kidding. Just screwing around. So Fuller House is very aware that it's a TV show, and they are totally cool with it. In the first episode, there's this one gag where they're talking about Michelle not being there, and they just all literally stop where they are and turn to camera and hold for 10 seconds. That made me hate the show.
Yeah.
What made me watch episode 2 was the Apple TV. It just plays the second episode.
It just starts right away.
Exactly.
Right?
So that was what's happening. So I wasn't paying attention, and it just started going. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll watch it. And so they have a couple of those moments. There's a lot of... It's sometimes a little bit too insidery, that is. They will do this thing where the most unfunny stuff is the jokes at the expense of the Olsen twins. They'll be like, I remember changing Michelle. It's almost like there was 2 of her. Or like, let's call Michelle up in the season finale, because I've watched all episodes as of today. The season finale, because it's just season 2, by the way, coming up. They call up Michelle drunk, and they don't even have her on the other line. They just go ahead and do all her lines of like,
you got it, dude.
You got it, dude. No way, Jose. And I forget what else she had. So, like, that's scary that they had, like, 4 or 5 lines for this. It's an incredibly dumb show. The best...
But you watched 13 episodes.
No, that's not true. I was there, and 13 episodes ran.
Okay.
Very different. They do have all of the 3 girls move in. The best parts probably are John Stamos, because John Stamos is amazing in this. And you got to see...
He's actually, by the way, little plug for John Stamos. He's actually good in that show, Grandfathered, on Fox, too.
I really like that show, actually.
I really like that show, too. I think he's excellent on that show.
So you got John Stamos, you have Aunt Becky. These 2 are perfect together still, because they look the same.
They both look amazing for how old they are.
Yeah, they look... like, so Aunt Becky looks less worn and torn than Stephanie or Kimmy Gibbler. Okay?
And she's like 50-something years old, right?
Yeah, so yeah, Kimmy looks like she's, like, had a hard life. That was me doing a boxing thing, by the way, so I don't know if she's a boxer.
Yeah.
The old pugilist, I don't know. But, what was I going to say? I wrote a note here. The most genuine laugh in the entire series is the last episode. There's a scene where Uncle Jesse is stuck with the baby because DJ Fuller... Oh, by the way, did I mention that it's Fuller House because her name is DJ Fuller? Because she married Mr. Fuller? Get it? Fuller House?
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's got 3 kids. One of them is a baby. And for some reason, Jesse is stuck there with like 2 cheeseburgers. Not going to give away what's happening on the show because I know this will spoil your enjoyment of it. And the baby is given a cheeseburger because Jesse knows he has a tooth. So then it looks like it's an ad lib. So Jesse starts eating John Stamos is eating the cheeseburger. and the baby reaches for the other cheeseburger and takes it away from him. And it's the funniest actual moment in the entire show because it's real.
Yeah.
It's the only thing not played for laughs. Stamos doesn't play it crazy. He goes, "Oh, now you want my other one." That's all he says. And it was just, I actually laughed out loud. So 13 episodes, 22 minutes each. You do the math. 3 seconds of actual legitimate laughter on this program. So
I would say we're not recommending it.
if you want noise in the background, if you are doing something that's very mentally intensive, but you need noise, you want to be able to pick up on something, like the way I used to watch Lifetime movies, still do. Like, it's one of those shows. Like, you can do really intense mental activities and then pick your head up and go, got it. Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay, they got it. Dave Coulier is probably the worst part of the show. He's only in like 2 or 3 episodes, and he's just horrible. Horrible.
Mm-hmm.
There's one Alanis Morissette joke, which I did enjoy.
That's always good.
Yeah, it's like, you know who that song was about, and they walk away.
That's pretty good.
I really like that. Okay, so in the search for entertainment that does not suck, Fuller House sucks.
Sucks.
Okay? It is bad. I suggest watching. What would be better than Full House available now? Watch Louie season 5.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's a good one.
Decidedly not funny in some parts because it's somewhat tragic.
Yes.
But Louie season 5 is available right now on all three major platforms: Amazon, Hulu, and Netflix. So stream away. Watch that instead of Fuller House if you haven't seen it. If you want noise again, Louie's not a show, by the way, where you can just kind of like look down. I started watching Narcos for a little bit.
Also not a show you can look down.
It's like 3/4 in Spanish.
Yeah.
And
because you need the subtitles.
yeah, so I get to keep looking up like, wait, what? wait, whoa, go back. What?
Yeah.
It's not like, and what's still very odd, I still find myself doing this. For some reason, if there's noise outside, I turn the volume up. Even when it's all Spanish. I'm like, why am I doing that? Because, I mean, there's inflections, it's intonations, so there's some value in it, but it's also like, I don't understand Spanish as well as I used to. So my plan is to watch more Spanish television news, get my Spanish up to par, so I can look down and look away. Because I can't watch TV just directly. Just like staring into the sun. How do you do that? Have you been watching anything else?
Well, like I said, Grandfathered on Fox. Made the plug for that. I thought that was going to be really stupid, and I watched like 6 episodes at once. Yeah. Grandfathered even made a Criminal Minds joke at the expense of Padgett Brewster, who used to be on Criminal Minds.
Oh, is that why they did that?
Yeah, something about them being a really good detective or something like that. It was just, yeah.
Padgett Brewster, always in shows that I like to watch that get canceled.
Yes, so, absolutely.
She used to be on Andy Richter Controls Universe. If you haven't seen that, you should watch that. That's a really
absolutely.
good show.
That's a good show.
And if you can't find that, because you probably won't be able to find it online, check out Better Off Ted, made by the same people. Very similar
also
show.
Good. Also good.
Excellent show. Way better than Fuller House.
Absolutely.
Way better.
Other end of the spectrum.
So, let's talk about movies, because why the hell not?
Okay, what movie?
We're going to talk about Zootopia. Now,
Zootopia.
It's the Disney movie.
99%
freshness rating on Rotten Tomatoes. $73.7 million box office.
Not bad.
London Has Fallen was number 2 with $21.7 million. Deadpool, in like its 80th week, however long it's been around, $16.4 million. I hated this fucking movie.
I have not seen it.
So, do you mind if I spoil it?
Did you hate it because it was a kids movie or was a bad kids movie?
Okay, no, it's a good kids movie. It's a very good kids movie. All right, it's an excellent kids movie. It's, I think, a dumb kids movie. Like, it's not what I mean is it's not geared for the adults to have a layer of enjoyment.
You mean like most of the Pixar movies have a layer for adults and a layer for kids, so there's stuff for both generations to like, yeah.
When you're watching this, what I'm watching, first of all, I saw The Good Dinosaur. This is way better than The Good Dinosaur, because Good Dinosaur was just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie. I don't care what the hell anybody says. It's a bad movie. It makes no sense. Zootopia is this story of this bunny who wants to be a police officer. And in this world, all the animals have decided to give up their predatory nature and kind of live together. So they live in a Zootopia. This actually makes this not a bad idea, that the first settlement where they all get along is called Zootopia. All right. Makes sense so far. Also, I was like, I don't like the punny names, like, paws on things or whatever. I'm like, we do have Peyton Manning. It's man is in there. We do have human interest things, and we do use the word human a lot. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's not so crazy that things are like named after, like bear this or whatever. So, okay. The puns are bearable. Ha. So, unlike that one. So the puns they're not in your face. This bunny has issues with like a fox. She grows up. She goes and decides to become a police officer against parents who tell her, don't do anything difficult. If it's difficult, don't do it because failing is not fun. Which I thought was an amazing. I've never seen parents in a movie like this. Normally they're supportive. This was a family saying to settle because settling is good, which I thought was awesome because I'm also thinking, well, this is kind of a different thing. Who the hell does that? Disney did it. So this bunny's growing up. She does become a police officer. She's little. The whole precinct has like rhinos and there's like a bison or something. So she doesn't fit in the scale of this whole thing. If you haven't figured out, this movie's about prejudices. Because when she was a kid, she was bullied by a fox. And then she runs into a fox later on in Zootopia. And she puts away her bias to help him out. Turns out he's a con artist. Sorry, that's a spoiler, actually. That's a pretty big spoiler. He's a con artist. And they eventually have an uneasy friendship. And you run into this whole thing of prey and predator. Can the prey, like sheep and bunnies, can they ever be truly safe in a world where the mayor's a lion or the police officers are this, that, the other thing? So there's this prejudicial layer that's, I believe, to be so unbelievably heavy-handed that I'm like, well, if I was 5, my son is 5, maybe you have to learn this at some point. But as an adult, I'm like, look, I fucking get it. I totally get it. Let me get this straight. So the bunny doesn't trust a fox because she got bullied by a fox when she was 8. Her bunny parents are telling her, don't do business with foxes because they can't be trustworthy. She goes and meets a fox, turns out to be pretty nice, and guess what? The plot of the movie is that a bunch of predators have gone savage. They've gone crazy, and they're like breaking things, and they're ripping up things, and they're attacking other animals. And during the movie, I whispered to Liz, I'm like, you think it's rabies? Because that'd be pretty neat, it's rabies. Like, really, like...
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fucked up. Like, you get an animal, you get it crazed. And it was a synthetic rabies, essentially. Like, the bad guy just decided to make the predators look bad by drugging them. So, what drugs make you go crazy?
I don't know.
Lots of them.
Bad LSD trip? I'm not sure.
Lots of them. Things that don't mellow you out. Just imagine it's like, I don't know, a Coke binge? I've never been on one. I don't know. Go ask your local Coke dealers or Coke head friends. I don't have any. Anyway, so I'm going to spoil the movie now. Huge. You're not going to be able to figure this out when you watch the movie. Rob, you're a dumb guy. I mean, you constantly beat your head into the wall.
Is the bad guy a prey?
You would not believe that. You are completely correct. The bad guy is prey. And you wouldn't believe who the prey was. It happened to be the sheep.
No.
Oh, I didn't see that. Who would have thought that the sheep who was being downtrodden by the predator mayor, the assistant mayor, would possibly frame other predators and make them look bad? And then what would happen if she had a predator boss who looked bad? She would get the job.
Oh, my God.
Now, during the movie, this happens. The reveal happens. And I'm at like a pretty early showing because it's for children. And you hear somebody say, a little child go, she's the bad guy. That got like maybe like my 10th laugh out of the whole movie. Because the movie does have some parts which are funny.
Yeah.
The interactions between the voice actors are fun. But like I'm saying, the twist, like, unless you've been on the planet less than 5 years or 10 years,
you'll know it.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of the Pixar movies or even freaking Big Hero 6. Now,
Yeah.
the twist wasn't that great, but it's also like, wasn't he dead?
Yeah.
Oh, at least that's a reason to not suspect him because we killed him, right? Like,
Right.
so you lied to us. That's fine. It's not a great twist when you lied to us, but it's still better than, well, it's got to be her. Well, she's the only one who has to benefit from this, right? Like,
Right.
you're
Right.
seeing this, right? Like, she's the sheep.
Everybody. Yeah. No.
Uh-huh.
No.
And she's backing the bunny. She says we got to stick together, right? Like, have you ever watched a Lifetime movie? Like, because this is same stupid shit. Like, I've seen this before. So 99% freshness rating, and I'm like, fuck this movie. Stupid movie.
So you are the 1%.
I am the 1% because fuck this stupid movie for not being clever enough to do something different. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't paint by numbers. It was beautiful, by the way, and it was well acted, and it was too fucking long. It was like an hour and 40 minutes. Why is it an hour and 40 minutes? It doesn't have to be an hour and 40 minutes.
No.
I didn't. I don't recommend it.
So no Zootopia. Okay.
Anyway, so this show will be available at killingtime.tv. There's going to be a video feed set up this week. So if it's not today, we're shooting this on March 7th. If it's not today, it'll be soon. Get it done by the end of the week because you guys made it happen. Thanks for that. And it's going to be hosted. It's going to be in glorious HD in 720p. But the thing is, this computer's crap, so it might be by now you probably noticed the frames have been dropping. So sorry about that. Small steps. Baby steps. And that's the show.